My name is Joan Whitson, and I'm with the Early Learning Coalition of North Florida, and welcome to class. Today I'm going to show you a fun teaching tool that you can use in your classrooms to help children learn their letter sounds. We'll be learning sounds with Pete the Cat. Hi, Pete. Everybody loves Pete the Cat books these days, especially children, so using this well-loved character will just enhance the learning experience. Once I show you how to make and do this activity, I will give you some class strategies to highlight while doing it as well. This is our Pete the Cat. Isn't he cute? He's just made out of a square tissue box. Cut a hole a little larger so your hand can go through it, like this. And then cut blue construction paper and wrap it around. I just taped it on the side. And then cut the face out of the same blue construction paper. But at the top, make sure you have 2 ears, like that. And then you just cut out 2 eyes out of yellow construction paper, and I put the whites of the eyes with a white construction paper. And then the rest of it, you can just use a black magic marker to make whiskers for him, a nose, decorate his eyes as you want. And then voila, you've got the perfect Pete the Cat. Now to play the game, find different objects that start with the letter you want to highlight, plus a few objects that don't start with that letter. I have picked out these objects since I want to highlight the letter S today. I've got a snake, I've got a spider, ooh, that's a creepy one. I've got a shell, I've got a spoon, and then I've got a couple that don't start with S, like an egg, a block, and a car. Then explain that Pete is only hungry for items that begin with that certain sound today. I would say today's sound is the letter S. And then I would make that sound S. And then I hand out the objects, one to each child. Have them take turns feeding the objects to Pete the Cat to see if he will eat them. The idea is that Pete will only eat the objects that begin with your target sound. Ham it up and give your Pete a voice. The more animated you are, the more engaged your students will become. Make Pete shake his head back and forth if he doesn't like something. Like, oh, I don't like it. It doesn't start with the letter S. And he spits it out. But if he really does like something, like the spider, then have his head go up and down and smile and yummy, yummy, yummy. Ask the class to vote whether or not Pete will eat a particular item. If they think he won't, invite them to say, "Goodness, no," the phrase that is repeated often in his books. As far as class strategies to use while doing this activity, let's first start with positive climate. This will definitely build positive climate because it'll add fun and shared enjoyment, and if you really get into it, there'll be lots of smiles and laughter. The class dimension of instructional learning formats is covered perfectly because this activity provides a variety of modalities and learning materials, and if done right, you will see active participation from the children because this is a hands-on activity. To further develop the class domain of concept development, allowing the children to make predictions of whether Pete will actually eat the object will further their reasoning skills. In regard to the class domain of quality of feedback, this activity will definitely lend itself to using scaffolding, which is a great teaching tool to increase quality of feedback you have with the child. Scaffolding is just giving hints. During this activity, you will quite often have to give a hint to a child to help them with the sound of their object. When doing so, make sure you're giving them time to respond to your hints and questions, because it's so easy to just jump right in there and provide them with the answer, and then that's turning away the whole learning opportunity. And then, of course, provide lots and lots of encouragement and affirmation when the children come up with the right sound. I love how you sounded that out, John. On your own, great job. And give them a thumbs up or high five. The last class dimension that can be definitely implemented in this activity is language modeling. You can expand their vocabulary in so many ways by describing each of the items you selected in more detail. You can use advanced language by purposely selecting a couple items that might be challenging for the children to say or might not know. So you can see this simple teaching activity is saturated in class strategies. I hope you'll try this in your classroom. Goodbye. Class is over.